Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Young and the Restless. Zuleyka Silver responds to Audra exit questions, reveals Y&R status. The Young and the Restless. Y&R spoilers reveal that one Y&R star inadvertently stirred up some questions about her status with the show recently. Some fans were confused and concerned, so let's talk about Zuleyka Silver's Audra Charles Instagram story and the drama it led to. After Silver posted a picture of herself and Issa Rapp, that photo made its way over to X, formerly known as Twitter. Once a fan shared it with her followers, another X user worried it meant Silver had wrapped her run completely. Zuleyka Silver was ultimately tagged and asked about the issue so that she could set the record straight herself. Fortunately, it was just a false alarm since Silver didn't mean she was done filming for good. "No, I meant it's a wrap for the day," Silver clarified when asked if she was leaving the show. That's great news if you're a fan of Audra Charles and her troublemaking tendencies, since there's no sign of her going anywhere. Zuleyka Silver was simply celebrating the fact that she was finished with that day's scenes, so she'll be filming plenty more. As for what's next on the CBS soap, Audra will continue to focus on Glissade, but her partnership with Kyle Abbott, Michael Miller, could lead to more problems. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, warned Kyle and Audra against competing since he needs them to work as a real team. Even so, something tells us teamwork may get harder and harder for these two to pull off. That's especially true since Audra is worried about Kyle's vendetta and the possibility that his emotions could drive him to make decisions that are too risky. However, Audra could make Kyle's potential mistakes work to her advantage if she uses them to force him out of the company. Victor might be willing to give Kyle the boot if he messes up enough, particularly since he's got a custody feud with Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, going on. Whatever the case, there's much more Glissade mayhem to come, and that means there's much more Audra coming up too. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra could have some power plays in store, so stay tuned for more predictions on her bold moves and updates on Kyle's future. The glow of studio lights cast long shadows across the empty set of The Young and the Restless, where Zuleyka Silver stood, absorbing the ambience of the iconic place that had become her second home. Her character, Audra Charles, had been a whirlwind of drama, passion, and intrigue, leaving fans in a state of perpetual curiosity and speculation. Today, however, the atmosphere was charged with an unusual tension as rumors of Audra's exit had set the fan community ablaze. Zuleyka adjusted her posture, a determined glint in her eye as she prepared for the impromptu press conference arranged by the show's producers. She knew that her fans deserved the truth, and she was ready to give it to them. Stepping up to the microphone, she was greeted by a sea of expectant faces, both from the media and the studio crew. Cameras clicked and murmurs of excitement rippled through the room. Zuleyka took a deep breath, her mind flashing back to the moment she had first auditioned for the role of Audra. It felt like a lifetime ago, yet the memory was vivid and clear. "Good afternoon, everyone," she began, her voice steady but warm. "I know there have been a lot of questions and concerns about Audra's future on The Young and the Restless, and I want to address them directly." The room fell silent, the collective anticipation almost palpable. Zuleyka smiled, feeling a surge of gratitude for the loyalty and support of the Y&R fanbase. Audra Charles has been a complex and multifaceted character to portray, she continued. Her journey has been filled with ups and downs, and I have cherished every moment of bringing her to life. However, as with all characters, there comes a time when their story reaches a natural conclusion. A murmur of disappointment swept through the audience, and Zuleyka raised a hand to calm the crowd. "I understand how much Audra means to all of you, and believe me, she means just as much to me. But I want to assure you that her exit is not the end of my journey with The Young and the Restless." She paused, letting her words sink in. The writers and producers have crafted an incredible storyline for Audra's departure, one that will leave a lasting impact on Genoa City and its residents. It's a fitting farewell, one that honors her character and the intricate web of relationships she's woven. Zuleyka's gaze swept across the room, connecting with the fans whom had supported her throughout her tenure on the show. As for my status with Y&R, I am excited to announce that while Audra's chapter may be closing, my journey with the show is far from over. The producers and I have been in discussions about new and exciting opportunities, and I can't wait to share more details with you all in the near future. A collective sigh of relief and applause filled the room, the tension easing into an atmosphere of hopeful anticipation. Zuleyka felt a weight lift off her shoulders, knowing that she had given her fans the clarity they needed. After the press conference, Zuleyka lingered on the set, taking in the familiar surroundings. The rich history of The Young and the Restless was embedded in every corner, every prop, and every piece of furniture. She wandered over to the coffee shop set, her mind drifting back to memorable scenes she had filmed there. Audra's exit will be one for the books, a voice behind her said. Zuleyka turned to see Joshua Morrow, who played the beloved character Nick Newman, approaching with a smile. "I hope so," she replied, returning his smile. "It's bittersweet, you know, saying goodbye to Audra, but knowing there's more to come." Joshua nodded, his expression understanding. "You've done an incredible job with her. The fans love you, and they trust you'll deliver no matter what role you take on next." Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of Melissa Ordway, who portrayed Abby Newman. "Hey, you two. Planning any more dramatic exits without letting me in on the secret?" Zuleyka laughed, feeling the camaraderie that had made her time on the show so special. "Not at all, Melissa. Just reflecting on the journey and looking forward to the future." Melissa linked arms with her. "Well, whatever happens, we're all in this together. I&R is a family, on screen and off." As they walked through the set, Zuleyka felt a renewed sense of excitement. The possibilities were endless, and she was eager to embrace whatever came next. She thought about the fans, whose unwavering support had been a constant source of motivation. They had been with her through every twist and turn, and she was determined to continue giving them performances that would resonate and inspire. Later that evening, Zuleyka sat in her dressing room, reflecting on the day's events. She picked up her phone and began drafting a message to her followers on social media. "To all my amazing fans," she wrote, "thank you for your incredible support and love. Audra's journey has been unforgettable."